We are going to take you live to Hiroshima in Japan, where the Prime Minister has just touched down ahead of the G7 meeting. These are live pictures coming in, and we are going to go live to our reporter in Canberra, Trudy McIntosh, with the latest. Trudy, we are just seeing these live pictures coming in of the Prime Minister. What can we expect today?
Well, Gab, this for the Prime Minister, a busy weekend of meetings with world leaders. He's just touched down, as you say, in Hiroshima, where Australia has been invited to attend on the sidelines of the G7 summit. We're not formally a part of the G7, but once again, we've been invited to attend. For Anthony Albanese, it's an opportunity to meet with the US President Joe Biden. He'd been hoping to host him here in Sydney and Canberra next week, but obviously that has been scrapped, as we know. We're now seeing the Prime Minister get into his car. He's going to head into town, where we will then see him, we're expecting later this afternoon, make some comments for the cameras, answer questions about what issues he would like to see raised this weekend. There's been a lot of happening, though, in Hiroshima before he touched down. We'd already seen the G7 leaders united together. They were attending the Hiroshima Peace Park. That's the site of where the US dropped that atomic bomb back in 1945. So this is a symbolic meeting, a symbolic place in which this G7 meeting will take place. Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, this is his hometown, so he chose this as an opportunity to bring together these world leaders. He's also invited Brazil's new president. We'll see South Korea's president. They've also been invited along with Australia to observe the proceedings. As we wait for the Prime Minister to leave there, this is shots of him as he's just arrived in Hiroshima. This was him this morning, though, before he left Australia, speaking about what issues he's expecting to see raised.
Well, it will be a huge meeting, of course, of the seven largest economies, and they're dealing with, of course, the fallout, global inflation from the Russian invasion of Ukraine that's having a real impact.
Anthony Albanese is also hoping to use this weekend as an opportunity to have a meeting of the Quad leaders. This is Australia, the United States, India and Japan. We know it was scrapped here in Sydney for next week, but the Prime Minister is hopeful they will get an opportunity sometime this weekend amongst the busy schedules of the leaders to actually have this meeting. As for whether another will be rescheduled to come down under, the Deputy Prime Minister Richard Marles this morning indicating there's certainly no date set at this stage.
We'll see what eventuates in terms of future Quad talks as a result of that. I think, it's obviously disappointing that we've not been able to have the Quad next week, but it's completely understandable.
The leaders of China and Russia are not invited to attend the G7. Going to be much of the discussion as we see the Prime Minister here, the motorcade, leaving the airport at Hiroshima. It will head into town, and as I said, Gab, we are expecting comments from the Prime Minister in the next hour or two.
OK, and we are standing by to bring you those comments. Trudy McIntosh, thank you.